Here goes me, attempting to be a wannabe YouTube wrestling podcaster, as such, and that about goes. that about goes for the intro. I just spiced it up, but so I wanted. It's late. It's a bit late night too. I wanted to really Cause I also be really trekking back. It's almost coming to that point anyway, but I also because I'll be like really busy. But I also want to trek back a bit because I also want to give support and just just show love for a fellow for a fellow dude in this like what I'm doing, or just fellow in this community. So you won't see as like I say what I just released now shorts. Of course you'll get those dailies, just clips and stuff like that, just a variety. You'll of course still get that uploading on a daily, but as far as of course full fledged and just as far as seeing me in real time, even so for a little while, that'll be dialing it back as expected, of course, because of course business is really starting to pick up. That's JR right there. But I just wanted to get into Bayley really quick. I don't think anything else is, or for that matter, pretty much missed what's going on at the time. But I guess I wanted to really touch in and get into about what was said about between this thing that's going on right now. And what I will say about when it came to Ronda, between that match at Ronda and Shayna Baszler, they didn't deserve that. I was watching a review too, and definitely for sure, which I will agree to that. They definitely did not deserve that treatment at all, bro. That was just, like I said, the match was bad. They tried to, of course, reading some notes about it, and of course, and it's very obvious too that they tried to recreate and tried to do a match as where they tried to have an MMA match. If that's the case, also they tried to it should have been more octagon based or that, but they tried to recreate or tried to do a little MMA match, which is why people, and like I said, when it comes to the wrestling crowd, I'm not even sure they're much more familiar with that to catch on. And not to get the fact that because I understand, of course, Ronda being a former MMA and Shayna Baszler also, there's only so much far limitations, and it's not like Brock to where he's MMA too, because they don't have that match was just bad because they don't. It's like to now to where I don't know. It's not like it's like where Ronda and Shayna Baszler themselves, they're not really that much more educated into MMA anymore. So that match, it looked very it's just embarrassing and much more fake, because you also have it where the believability to where these girls, you don't believe that they're actually you don't look like you have people looking in front of you and see that that's not actually this is laughable, because it looks more fake. Zero believability, and it's how are they supposed to take that seriously? So that's how I will say that how they treated them was just they didn't deserve that. They didn't deserve none of that for sure. Definitely not Ronda. That was just that was a fucking shame. Definitely for sure. But of course, people will put that on Vince altogether, but that was uncalled for. That really was uncalled for, and which goes more into now too. That apparently, because of course, just like Ronda will also be one of the ones that's taking a break for now. People are talking about that this may be it for Ronda. Career wise or just in WWE in general. She might be calling it up. But we'll see when it comes to that. But just apparently she's taking a break. Also, she's one of the ones that's going to be out for now and going to be taking a backseat. And yes, I will say Ronda is one of those talents also that where I can say also she's another one where WWE is just, they royally fucked Ronda up from start to finish. It's a long story too when it comes to Ronda also. just from like the star power, because I would argue that Ronda has the zero star power that she has now. Oh yeah, that's for guard for sure. But keeping the fact that you also had like that, and you also heard some of the MMA fans, or if any now, and also I guess that even at it's like up until this point to then, that you have, whether it's wrestling or whatsoever, that they don't really respect her. They don't really have really look at her, and they don't, as far as to really, want to take that her seriously. And when she was coming into, this particular into wrestling at the time, made the switch over. And like I said, it's a lot of things. Like, of course, that's a whole topic within itself, which I can sit here all day about. But yeah, it's just like, very long story about how WWE, also another one, and I guess this goes well into I don't know, it's kind of like cryptic, just how they do, like how especially, but I don't know, I kind of like, should I read it? Because it says Ronda said she has no reason to stay in WWE. Wait, let me look at it. It's kind of like storyline, kayfabe wise, but I don't know. So, like I said, I never got, but I'll say, alright, like I said, I never got the hate. I get of course, the MMA world, because like I said, I know that, I don't know if, regardless if the MMA fans translate into wrestling and all, and everything like that, of course, I guess at the time, of course, it just goes to surrounding Ronda, but yeah, like, damn, like, it's like really like a lot of the wrestling community, or just that percentage of people, of fellow wrestling admirers, they just don't like Ronda at all, and it's just a whole swirling big hate train of just they don't like Ronda. And even I said back then, even with the hashtag fire Ronda Rousey and that whole shit that was going on, and it's just like I said, even before, definitely I wasn't not a fan of her MMA career, but it's like, especially her getting into wrestling, like I did like it, I still do to this point, that she had a lot of unlocked potential that WWE could have did with her, even up to this now, because just like very much like Brock Lesnar in his second run, there was a lot that they could have done with Ronda that they refused, of course, and it's just like, and it speaks to the whole like women in general. But let me before I go any further, I want to speak, because which is of course the whole for the reason of me being here today. It said, Bayley says Ronda Rousey should have done more for the women's division, and and it's like, so in an earlier interview with the New York Post, the baddest woman on the planet called out the company for not creating enough teams for the women's tag team division. Yeah, we all know lackability within that, where it's just the women's division as a whole, where you can clearly see whether it's WWE or AEW, they're really like they you can see that they're clearly there, and that goes to a whole another thing too, whether it's just like the whole purpose of they just want to conform with the norm of that they showing you that, and it's the whole thing with that, in actuality they don't care about the women's division. We know women's wrestling, it's just because they have to have it because of the culture that we live, the PC, the SWJ or the PC culture, that the very, very sensitive culture that we live in today. And it's like she said, this is from Ronda, the lack of competition is really the problem. Rousey said, I mean, we want to be the most active champions out there. I want to be able to defend this title every week, and even twice a week, and both on SmackDown and Raw. And it says also, of course, Bayley had, I guess she's responding to this now, or something like wherever this is, but Bayley had addressed Ronda Rousey's comments and stated that Rousey should have done more for the women's division in WWE. If she wants more, then Ronda should have done more. Bayley said, "I'm tired of her saying she wants more. Come out here and do it. Let me see. Do I see Ronda Rousey out here doing interviews? No, I see Shayna Baszler. I don't see Ronda Rousey. I'm here." And also goes into more relevancy. But I'm just looking at these comments too. Like I said, Ronda never really cared about pro wrestling. It was just a paycheck for her. She was great in the beginning, but now she was just in the way. I hope she stays gone. I don't agree with that, but she was never great. She was handed everything. She never earned a single title match. And not even her first one did she earn a title match. She's best compared to the Bella Twins and Eva Marie. Oh wow, that's like true disrespect. Like I said, like a lot of these, I definitely when it comes to the people, I definitely disagree, wholeheartedly disagree. She's like the whole. Like I said, let me see. I want to look at a few other comments before I really get into it. Only if she actually came to WWE did the right thing. Trained her for 2-3 years instead of 6 months. Then had a short 5-8 month run on NXT with some losses here and there. Instead, she buried the entire women's division. Of course, you know that term is thrown around loosely nowadays. All right, it's like I said, when it comes to Ronda Rousey, especially what she did, like if it wasn't for because I definitely also agree that, especially when that, without Ronda Rousey, you definitely don't have the real resurgence, or as far as quote unquote the women's evolution, or the whole evolution that began as such. It was didn't really. I say even after that, didn't really gain traction until you had someone like a Ronda Rousey. Like she did, argue that she did a lot without the women's division as half as it is. You wouldn't really have it. Because she contributed a lot. Definitely contributed. Like I said, there was always potential with Ronda. I said people like to forget that, but Ronda, yeah, she contributed a lot, and without Ronda, what could you really say about? Because I said a lot of those girls still coming up. Well, I said, good talent. Like I said, I guess in the ring wise, of course, but they're not stars. Like I said, compared to a Ronda Rousey that still had that kind of star power at the time, compared to her, they're not stars. They're nobodies. So, like I said, people really like to put a spoon in their brain and but yeah, Ronda really contributed a lot to that division and just to the company as a whole when it came to the women's division. Without I feel like without Ronda too, you wouldn't really have a lot. I guess a little bit of newer eyes, or just to like I said, some traction for the division as a whole. But going to little Bayley a little bit, I get the whole thing, of course, just like with Sasha and Naomi, which ultimately led them to leave because they really wanted to, of course, really had the passion in it, and it was really adamant about building that division. It's like, and I get it, like Bayley, she's in hers at the stage now. Of course, I don't think she really does need to do anything, but Bayley's at the stage now where she wants to get, of course, the younger crop of talent. She wants to put younger women over, and she wants to get them out there, to put them on a pedestal to create newer crop, the newer stars, and he wants to get them out there. So I totally get that, but it's like when you look at what Damage Control and what has that done. And what has that contributed overall to the product and to WWE? If you take that little look at it, it's like, Bayley, what have you really done with, especially with Damage Control? Because Garrett, I can guarantee you. Oh damn it! Sorry for that, but I'm kind of oh damn, throat's kind of acting up a little bit, but yeah, what has that really contributed to television? I can guarantee you for damn sure that Damage Control, being that in name that they damaging the ratings as far as like really pushing people the fuck away. It's like I said, I get the and like I said, when it comes to Bayley, I really like Bayley. Just one of the only two, like Bayley and Sasha, of the whole like the four horsewomen I really like. Of course, two of them were like Bayley and Sasha, but yeah, I really like Bayley. And that's like I said, I get the whole thing of her being this ringleader, this whole like ring general of trying to get of putting new women over. But again, like, what are you really doing, babe? Like, especially with damage control, like what if, let's say, like, when talking especially so much, or like, of course, like you had these wrestlers, like, I say, like, what has really outside of damage control too, because it's been bad, and that's been just also just many factors of just overall where just the ratings have just been, whether they've been really going down. And it's just like, among other things, it's like, yeah, what are you really contributing to the like come on, Bayley. And it's like, to say, like I said, people really shit on for Ronda for what? Yeah, it's like, and it's not like also too, because like I said, there's a lot of potential. Like I said, when it comes to the booking wise too, which is also to blame, but yeah, everybody has to play their part too. And it's like, it's not like you're also just really creating it's just not like you're getting big ass ratings like Bayley. I don't see that really coming around, and and you really doing something for that as far as like the women's still, like I said, it's probably like a really great locker room leader and still passionate, and as far as like having the women to look up to. But it's like, again, it's like, what are you really doing, or just overall for the division, or for the women's wrestling just overall? Like I said, damage control is one of the worst parts. As of recent, that's been the worst parts of WWE. So it's like, and just that alone, it's really like it's gonna be looked at as Bayley is gonna be looked at as you're only her pretty much a stain on your career. And so it's like, it really, I'm not really making much of sense here. So like, come on. So I said, I really like when I look at that fact, and just really, just like the Miz too, like I really just, when I sit back, people really love to just like disrespectful and just talk shit, and just really like, when it comes to Ronda, really put her in the light. Like I said, especially because she definitely did not deserve that too. Just speaking off that match too at SummerSlam, definitely didn't deserve that shit. And it's like, she definitely don't deserve this lick back of how just people, because like I said, it's not like she had a man, or like I said, like Charlotte Flair actually, like, she's fucking like she make believe, or definitely now fake ass that actually would make, that's one right there. But of course, people love to kiss Charlotte's ass and say she's an advocate for the women's wrestling. She loves, she's done so much for women. Oh my god, Charlotte is the pinnacle. Like, fuck, I like actually look behind the scenes in Charlotte, especially like have y'all, especially that whole fight with Becky, like. Oh, but people like I said, they'll be lined up to fucking peck her up good for Charlotte's, flat bare ass cheeks, her mannequin tranny like butt cheeks, like. So it's like I'm so sick of the fake shit. I'm so sick of it, bro. I'm really so sick of it. And it's like, and just especially the disrespect and out of there. Like I said again, like those women, especially Ronda too, but yeah, both women definitely, like. They didn't deserve that shit that happened at SummerSlam. And Ronda, the half of the shit that she gets, really, she doesn't get her credit when credit is due, because she's contributed a lot to the women's division for sure. And it's like, she just gets shit for no reason at all. And it's like, I never got that. I really don't. I really never have got that. It's not like she's come out of her way to really sell fuck this WWE fans and really fuck this shit. I'm just here just to, fuck y'all over and just like, no. Oh, forget that. But it's like she not really came out and said that. It's not like she came out and said that. Like, and it's like people make that out to say it, but like I said, but people love to make it out where it is what it is. But like I said, it really is just a shame. It really is. But I mean, if you also want to add to the discussion and anything like that, you can. Of course, we can go back and forth, but yeah. yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much all I'll say, but cause I just be like repeating, but yeah. I just say that, like, yeah, just a bunch of bullshit. Really just a bunch of bullshit.